Good morning and welcome back. We have a very short window to get the deck finished. Thankfully, the material just arrived yesterday, and I think we've got rain on Sunday. Today is Friday, so we need to get this material on the deck so that it can cure before the rain starts. So first up today, we're going to be getting the metal gutters on. Once we have the metal gutters on, we can put the Dens deck down on top of the plywood, and then we can start painting on the flex stone base coat for the deck. So we're just gonna jump right into it because we do not have a lot of time to get this done. What? That's not supposed to happen.
Nice.
Very nice.
Not bad, eh? It's the wrong pair of snips.
We didn't buy new ones, did we?
These are new ones.
Oh.
Beautiful box. I'm not a sheet metal worker, by the way. Just lined it up for the end.
To the very end.
Hold this in an angle like this. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay. Just a second. Yeah, now you can start tapping. Keep going. Okay, hold it there. I think that'll do.
Juniper. Glitchy. Go. Concentration mouth.
Yes, no kidding, right now. My mouth is concentrating hard.
Now that we have the two sides coming together to this part, we're gonna connect the two, and we're actually gonna have our downspout over here. We're probably gonna keep our rose garden, which we just trimmed back, in this area, and it'll get fed with any sort of storm water, or if we're on the deck rinsing it off in the summer, watering plants that we have up there, it'll all just run down into the rose garden.
No headache.
This is too big for my hands. So we've mentioned before that we want our deck to have a Class A fire rating, and that's because we live in the woods. We know how much forest fire fuel there is around here. As much as we try to clean up what we can and, you know, plan ahead, we still just want to make sure that our house is protected as best as we can. In one application of this decking material, you can just put it on the plywood, but if you add, and that would give it a Class B fire rating, but if you add in a fireproof material on top of the plywood before the deck material, that gives it a Class A. So we've got some Dens deck here that Greg was actually able to salvage from a job that he worked on. So we saved big time by doing this. We really lucked out because I think the cement board was $90 a sheet. Is that what it was?
Something like that, yeah.
Which would have been crazy. So we got a really good deal on this, and it is fireproof. So we're really happy about that. We're going to start pulling these sheets out and getting it placed on the deck.
Really? They're kind of frail because they're so small. Just gonna watch this stuff like this. There's that stuff. We'll start this one right here. Watch this stuff. We're gonna slide it where it goes. Kick it.
Does this stuff bend with the curve?
Big time. Another reason why I wanted to go with a 1/4 inch.
The really nice thing about this Dens deck is that it actually is quite bendy. So down the middle of the deck here, we have kind of a peak so that the water goes that way or behind me. But we can actually place this Dens deck over that peaked area and it bends to the shape of the plywood, which is really nice. We don't have to do any fancy cuts or have any waste.
Okay, so Katie's gone into town to get some materials and I'm going to finish getting the sheet metal on the perimeter. I've got a drip edge to do all the way along here. I don't really need her help for it, so it's a perfect time to run into town. but I'm gonna try to get it done by the time she gets here. Now, sheet metal is not something you wanna rush, but I find when I'm doing sheet metal that if I kind of get into a flow and a motion of things, I can do really good work and I can do it really fast. So let's get to it. Like half an hour. Okay, well that is the drip edge flashing installed. Now I have the wall flashing. So I want to make sure that I have at least 6 inches up the wall waterproof, because we've got snow in our climate, and in our climate we need to prepare for snow loads and snow melt. So 6 inches high up behind the siding will be plenty for what we need. So I have a L flashing that I can put all the way along the perimeter here, and once I get that done, then we can get ready for the flex stone.
So we've got the metal on. Greg is just buffing up the paint on the metal so that this material, this base coat, will attach to it nicely. So once he's done scratching it up, I think we're gonna get the tape laid out and we're gonna start getting this material down. The sun.
I don't even know if we should today, to be honest.
Yeah, we're racing the clock.
Oh, shit.
So we have to put tape up and sticking up over the edge because this is a self-leveling base coat, so it's going to be a little bit thick, like a 1/4 inch thick, I think. And so we want to hold it on to the deck with this tape on the edge. So that will give us a nice clean line when we rip it off. We didn't tape the edges. And we just realized we forgot to tape the walls, tape the edge along the walls, which means we aren't going to have a nice clean finish there. But Greg has said that we can always put another flashing over top of it just to cover it, and then the siding will go on top because it will be nice to have that black strip going around before our siding starts. So, whoops.
Katie, oops.
You gotta get that other blob by the edge. How you feeling, Greg?
You know, I'm all right. I think I'm doing it okay. These plates are going to show up in our roof. I mean, in our deck, but what are you going to do? Oh, I got some on here. Concentrating phase. None of this. Can grip this paddle.
Well, the wind is starting to pick up and all of the needles are falling off of the trees into the stuff. So that's happening. I don't even think the camera is picking it up, but there's tons going in. The good thing is that we're going to be doing a couple more coats of the color and then the kind of like flakes that you put in and then a top coat. So this will be covered, but we're going to have to really try to get it done in the morning, I guess, when there's no wind. Does it still kick off if it gets kind of cold?
I hope so. It said above 7 degrees and you said it was going to be 8 tonight.
What do you think the temperature is now?
Not warm.
Well, if we have an ugly deck, we have an ugly deck. It's now been a little under 24 hours since we installed that base coat on the deck. It's not quite dry. It has solidified a lot and it's just a little bit sticky, but we have a ton of larch needles in it. So hopefully that's not going to be a big problem. We aren't going to be able to get the color coat and the flakes on today like we were hoping. We definitely won't be able to tomorrow because it's supposed to rain. So it might be Monday by the time we can put the next coat on.
Hopefully.
And then we actually have to put on the third finish coat as well, which might be a few more days later, just because we have sun and then rain and then sun and then rain. So we are not going to finish it in this video.
But the nice thing is we've got it watertight and it's got we got the gutter on. I have to put a hole in the gutter right now. We've got the gutter on so the water goes all to one spot and it's watertight. So we're getting there. We were worried about this coat mostly.
Yeah.
So.
And actually you can tell it's super bright in here because it's so white and it's just reflecting in so much light.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping when the finished material is on that it's still quite bright because this is really nice. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit dark down here, which we kind of planned because of the summertime, but having this extra light in here is super nice. So with that, we're going to wrap up this video and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya. I kind of like the way it looks, honestly. It's very natural.
I don't know if it's a good idea to have it inside the material.
It's organic and it holds water, so whatever we put on top of it, it's probably not going to seal properly. This is probably like this for the winter. Unless we have a long stretch of very warm, dry weather.